Hello everybody, welcome back. In the last 4 videos, we basically completed the 3D model of our small building, including dimensions, based on the given blueprint. In this video, we are going to prepare a set of views from our model to be placed on a drawing page using Section Plan tool. In other words, as a last step, we are going to create the same blueprint, but based on our 3D model. But before we start, we have to be more familiar with the tree of our project, which is on the left side of our screen. In the very top, we have a name of the project. As you remember, we renamed it at the very beginning. The first branch of our tree are renamed to building. It contains walls of our building created using two-point line tool, right here. If you click the arrow, you can see that each wall created based on the line we created before. This branch also includes door and window inserted in that wall. Next branch is building 2. As you remember, we created another building with polyline multiple points line tool. Even though it's another building, it's still included in our project and it's part of our tree. Next branch is a structure, which is an underground slab. And next branch is an array, which is set of 6 beams for our roof. And the next branch is another structure, which is also the slab, but this one is on the top of our beams. And the last 2 branches are our plan and elevation dimensions. Now we are almost ready to create set of views, create our section plans. But before that, let's see, maybe we can do something with our dimensions to look better. So let's click top, and our section plan is going to include building and all our dimensions. So maybe we can move some dimensions line closer to the building. As I can see, all lines could be a little bit closer to the building. Let's start with this group. We select entire this group and change dim line to, so let's change it to the, let's move it here, which is 1 meter down, and in Y it's gonna be minus 1000. And we can see it's right here now, which is much prettier. Let's move this one too. Let's move this one to minus 1.5 in Y. Minus 1,500 in Y. Okay. And let's finish with this one. This is in X. in X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move it to the 5 exactly. 5,000. Okay, looks much prettier to me. So now let's calculate how big supposed to be our section to include everything, including our dimensions. Let's say this is our elevation dimension. So let's say we step from that half meter. So half here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and half here. So total 7, this dimension 7, and going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 by 6. Okay, now we can click create a section plan, and now we have object at the very end of our tree. Click on it, and this is go view. Okay, display height and display length. Let's see. Display length we set 7. And display height we set 6. Okay, this is our section size. Now let's move it to the middle of this house. So we click data, placement, position. Okay, center of our plan is on the zeros. We have to move it to the right on the x-axis 2 meters. And we have to move it in our pictures up on the y-axis by 1 meter. So now we have our section right in the middle of the house in XY position. But it's not enough. We have to move it also up in the middle of the house. So we have to move it up in Z position. And let's say 1,500. Now our plan is, section plan is right in the middle of the house in all dimensions. Now we can add objects we want to see on this plan. So double click on section, and you see it's nothing selected yet. Click model, and now we can select everything or anything we want. Let's select everything except building 2, because it's another set of walls. So we select plan dimension. We are not selecting elevation dimension, because this is the top section. OK. Click Task, Add Selected, and OK. And let's rename this view to Top Section. Now let's repeat all steps to create another section plan. Front section plan. Let's change the working plan to front view, and let's see how big is going to be section from the front. Half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 by 4 and a half. Click Section, Placement, Angle 90 degrees over not Z but X, and we set 7, which is let's see, display length 7 and display height 4 and a half. Okay, this is our front section right in the middle of the 0, 0. Let's move it to the middle of our house. Position. So X we move to 1, 2 meters. Let's see. Yep. And Z we move up to 1, 2 meters. That's too much, 150. This is our front section. So double click model, and we insert also everything except plan dimension and except building 2. Task, Add Selected, OK. And rename it to front section. And also we move section a little bit back to include everything. So click to the top plan, front section, placement, position, and this is our Y going this way minus 115. Now we have everything we need to create our drawing page using TechDraw workbench. Now we are in Arch, click, go down, TechDraw. And TechDraw is introduced in version 0.17. We have version 0.19, so we do have it. If you have earlier version, you probably have to use Drawing Workbench, development of which stopped in FreeCAD 0.16 version. Now we switch to TechDraw, click Create Default Page, and this is our page created, but it's empty. We select First Section Plan and click this icon to insert a view of the section plan. Click. Now we have Template and Arch View. Arch View. Looks like nothing appeared. It's empty. But don't worry, it's there. Look, if we zoom out, you can see it right here. So let's fix it. Let's go to Scale and change it to 0.02. And let's go to line width and change it to 0.5. And it's here. Okay, let's change the font size and move it to the correct position. That's 12 now. Let's change it to, let's say, 7. And let's move it to the correct position. Let's say X 80 and Y 135. Okay, now it is on the correct position. Okay, let's repeat it with another plan, with the front section. Click Front Section and click Insert. And if you zoom out, you can see it there. Let's fix it again. Scale 0.02 and line 0.5. Okay, we have it here, but it's twisted. Rotation minus 90 degrees. Rotation minus 90 degrees and placement, let's say X 210. Okay, and Y a little bit higher, 140. And let's change the font size to 5. And then let's change it here to 5 either. Okay, this is our blueprint created based on the 3D model we created. Now, as a result, we have 3D model of our building with all dimensions based on the given blueprint. And also we created two sections, top and front sections, and included those sections into our drawing page. And now our project is accomplished. You might think I'm too slow and paying too much attention to the details. However, my goal was that you are not just following my steps, but understanding the concept, realizing why we are changing that property, and entering exactly that number. I'm planning to create another video to accomplish another project, creating 3D model of much more complicated building. So hopefully I'll see you soon, and don't miss it.